Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a mandala shirt and I'm going to put the mandala on the hem of the shirt. The shirt was washed and dried, soaked in a soda ash solution for at least 20 to 30 minutes. I wrung it out of my Panda spin dryer so it's just barely damp. It's also turned inside out. I'm beginning by centering the shirt, which is putting the center of the front of the shirt right up next to the center of the back of the shirt. This process is going to go really fast for time's sake, but down below in the description for this video is a link to another video which shows how to center a shirt. I'm going to make this mandala with hemostats, so I'm just pulling out the hemostats I'm going to use for the mandala and putting them up next to a ruler so that you can see what size hemostats I'm using. The hemostats I'm going to put at the very end of the mandala are straight, but all the rest of the hemostats are curved. And I've taken my hemostats and put some heat shrink tubing over the teeth of them so that they don't damage the fabric. The center or midline of the shirt is what is facing me. So to begin folding the mandala, I'm going to grab the outside corner of the shirt and fold it up to that midline or center line. Then holding the end, I'm going to fold it back. I'm going to turn the shirt over and fold the side down. So I'm doing big accordion folds with this. I'm using a washable marker and marking where the hem is so that I don't try to make the mandala too large. You could try to put an additional fold on either side if you want, but it's going to make it pretty thick. So I went ahead and just stopped with this. Right on the very end, I'm using the straight hemostats, and I'm kind of making a V format with them. I'm locking them down as tight as I can get them to. Like I said, this is really thick. From here, I'm going to alternate putting hemostats on either side of the shirt with the curved side pointed down toward the end. I had a little bit of difficulty with one set of hemostats not locking down enough, so I had to change them out. This last pair of hemostats wasn't quite long enough or large enough to tighten down on this area, so I had to get one larger pair of hemostats. These I haven't coated in heat shrink tubing. Since the rest of this shirt is kind of an unusual shape, I decided to straighten out the sleeves and then start spiraling the shirt on the shoulder seam. Once I had spiraled it as far as I could, I held the folds in place with the rubber band until I could get it tied with some kite string. I'm going to set the shirt aside for a couple of days and allow it to dry out really well so that I can get better saturation in the middle of my mandala. Now that the shirt is dry, I can go ahead and start applying the dye. I'm starting right down at the very end with Tropical Dream from Dharma Trading Company, and I've placed my dye down inside of 1 ounce needle tip bottles. There's a link for those down in the description for the video as well. Right up next to the Hemostats, I'm going to add some Power Berry from Dharma. I'm also going to add the Power Berry next to the Hemostats on the top row. In the bottom row, I'm going to add Grape from Dharma in the first section and in the third section. The middle section is going to be Imperial Purple from Dharma Trading Company. In the top row, Caribbean Blue is going in the first and the third section. The middle section is going to be Tropical Dream. I'm going to do a little bit of touch up on the Power Berry before I turn the shirt over. After I turn the shirt over, I'm going to add Power Berry on the other side too, but since we flipped the shirt, the Tropical Dream and Caribbean Blue are going to be on the bottom row. The purple will be on the top. I'm going to repeat the same dye pattern on this side. For the spiral portion, I'm going to take the Power Berry and make myself some sections where I'm going to apply the dye. I'm taking all of the Power Berry lines through the center of the spiral. The largest section that's right up next to the mandala, I'm going to use Grape from Dharma on that one. The next section is Tropical Dream from Dharma. I'm going to periodically touch up these lines with Power Berry. Now I'm adding Imperial Purple, Caribbean Blue, and one more section of the Tropical Dream. I'm going to do the same color pattern on the other side of the shirt. Now I'm going to set the shirt aside and allow it to process for at least 24 hours. Because this is such an unusual shape, I just went ahead and left it on this rack to allow it to process. It's inside of a climate-controlled area, so I didn't have any difficulties with it drying out. After 24 hours, I took the shirt to my sink and began to rinse it. I started out in cold water to rinse out any of the excess soda ash. Then I gradually warmed the water up to hot to rinse out any of the excess dye that didn't react with the fabric. I had a lot of blue dye that kept coming out of the shirt, so I went ahead and just ran some hot water in my sink and added a small squirt of Blue Dawn dish detergent. Then I put the shirt inside of the sink and allowed it to soak for a while. I kept changing out the water as it would get cold and repeated the soaking process until the water was almost clear. Then I put it in the washing machine along with a little bit of Dharma's textile detergent and I washed it in hot water. After it came out of the dryer, this is what it looked like. So overall, I'm really happy with this shirt. The fold was so thick that I was a little bit concerned I wasn't going to be able to get the hemostats locked down tight enough for the mandala pattern to show very well. But I think it did really well. I can definitely see the mandala on the front and the back. I like the color combination too. I like the teal along with the purple. For this shirt, I put one sleeve inside of the other one. So I didn't get quite as good a saturation on the sleeve that was inside as I did on the sleeve outside. So that's the difference between the two sleeves. I think doing the spiral kind of gave it an interesting pattern too. Like I said, overall I'm pretty pleased with it. I wish that one sleeve would have had better color saturation, but for the most part I'm pretty happy. So hey, if you guys have enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the big red subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.